Hi, this is Eternally Erica. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. I am using my new Wizard of Oz tarot deck for today's reading. So let's see what comes out in the cards. Oop. Okay, so we have King of Brooms and Queen of Brooms, both reversed. So this is King and Queen of Wands. It is Leo energy or fire sign energy in general with the brooms, but Queen of Wands is Leo energy. We are currently in Leo season, but this is counterparts, so maybe you and your counterpart are lacking confidence right now. Maybe you're trying to build your confidence up. There, may be a level of mirroring going on here in a connection. Four of Spears is Four of Swords. So this is being very much in your head. You're in need of like rest and relaxation. Maybe you have pulled away from a connection to try to like regroup. 10 of Brooms reversed. So this is a new beginning after carrying a lot of heavy burdens. Maybe something was giving you a large amount of like mental stress. You had like a lot of responsibilities going on, perhaps. You or someone you're dealing with. So put that where it resonates. Two of Bricks, which is two of Pentacles. So this is, balancing or juggling. So again, this could be, juggling multiple options, or it could be juggling like jobs and responsibilities. Maybe you're like a parent and you're spreading yourself very thin, or you have multiple jobs or career paths. Maybe you are somebody who juggles like a lot of hobbies and things. This is also usually like yin and yang energy. So this could be, again, confirmation that this may be like a soul connection that you're dealing with. This has, the balance with the infinity symbol. So that is soulmate energy. But it looks like you are going to be gaining justice in this situation. So this is karmic justice. Maybe somebody's going to get some sort of negative karma, though, because, this is the witch that had the house land on her. If you've been doing anything, negative, maybe it's time to change those actions a bit, because you don't want karma to catch up with you. So that could also be the message. The High Priestess reversed. So you may have been lacking using your intuition. Now is also your message to start using your intuition. If you are not, follow your gut feeling, your gut instinct. Six of Spears. So this is Six of Swords. Ooh. Okay, we have Knight of Cans reversed, which is Knight of Cups. I absolutely love how half of these cards are in black and white. So maybe somebody's into like old movies and things like that. That could also be a message. Maybe, somebody watching is heavily into Wizard of Oz. Okay, now we have 10 of Spears, which is 10 of Swords. So this is somebody was hiding their true feelings for you, or not coming forward at all, or, whatever. Somebody was just not opening up about their feelings to you, and you had to cut them off. So with this being the lion, cowardly lion, maybe somebody was acting a bit cowardly. You may have been dealing with somebody that you just decided to cut off, but also it is Leo season. So this could have happened recently, or you may be dealing with a Leo. Oof, okay. Two of Cans. So this is Two of Cups. This is, again, this does feel very much like it is probably a soulmate counterpart reading. So if you resonate with, you know, soul connections, counterparts, this is probably for you. Because this is like coming together, soulmates coming together. Maybe, you know, you were juggling somebody that you thought was a soulmate and this is the person that you had to cut off. Or you were juggling too much and it was interfering with you, you know, getting clarity on being with the person that you're actually meant to be with. Five of Bricks is Five of Pentacles, so abandonment wounds here, or somebody feels abandoned. So again, it looks like you've cut somebody off and they are struggling with abandonment issues because of it. Page of Bricks is a solid offer, but very slow, and it's also could be like an immature energy or somebody who is just offering you friendship. So also too, like, you know, this is the slowest card in the deck. You may be dealing with somebody who just likes to take things very slowly with connections, getting to know people like on a friendship level first, which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Personally, I think that is the way you should do it. But it may just have been moving too slow for you to the point where you didn't even know if this person had true feelings for you or not. So it may have been going so slowly that you didn't know how to even handle this connection. But again, it seems like there was some sort of juggling and it was creating heavy burdens. So take what resonates, leave the rest. Okay, then we have Six of Cans reversed, so somebody is heavily stuck in the past. So this could be you or somebody you're dealing with. It does seem like, or like it, past abandonment wounds or past issues heavily interfere with this person's day-to-day. So it's either you or them or both of you, because again, it does seem like it's possibly a mirrored counterpart reading. So both of you may struggle from past abandonment wounds, maybe from childhood or from even, honestly, you could even carry over past life karma and things that haven't been worked through yet. Three of Bricks reversed. So it does seem like you may have thought of this person as like a teammate, or maybe this person viewed you as like a teammate. But the past issues just heavily were getting in the way. So, you know, there may have been a lot of healing that was required, but if somebody's not willing to ever do any sort of inner work, that could have been why you had to cut them off. Or, you know, why in the future you may be leaning towards cutting them off. Because if somebody's never going to change at all, I mean, it may permanently hinder your connection with them. Also, like, even as a friend, if somebody is just like constantly being negative, that could really put an emotional burden on you. Like, if you're always the person trying to cheer somebody up, that can actually get very exhausting and mentally draining on the person that is trying to be more optimistic all the time. So that could also be the message. Like, if you just felt like you were carrying your whole friendship and carrying the whole emotional burden, maybe you were the person always reaching out and you got tired of reaching out to them. We have Ace of Brooms reversed. So again, this is like a delay in passion. There was some sort of lack of passion. This could be fire, you know, fire sign energy with the brooms. And then we also have Two of Brooms reversed. So this is a lot of twos in this reading. So you may be seeing a lot of 222s. It could be a sign of like, two is normally, you know, balance and harmony and things like that. However, a lot of these twos were reversal. Oh no, actually, this is the only two that's reversed. The Two of Cups was upright and the Two of Bricks was also upright. So Two of Brooms reversed is, again, this was like a crossroads This is normally like the traveling energy. You could have been at a distance, but it could also be like emotional distance. So maybe this person was just heavily guarded due to past traumas. I am in love with this tarot deck, though, I have to say. Then we have Seven of Spears reversed. So that's Seven of Swords. This is betrayal. There may have been some sort of betrayal here. Maybe somebody feels betrayed because you pulled, cut them off or whatnot. But it does look like the betrayal is going to come to light. And then we have Queen of Swords, Queen of Spears reversed. So you are now really in need of using your logic. So this person may view you as cold. You may view them as cold. Put that where it resonates. You know, Spears, the King and Queen of Swords are very cold, logical individuals. So somebody may, use more their head rather than their heart. But this being reversed means that you are probably in need of using your head. So if you feel that this person, if you've given a lot of time into a situation and you're just seeing no changes, logically speaking, you may be at the point of deciding how much time you want to put into a connection if it's not going anywhere. Oh, and of course, we have King of Spears reversed as well. So, counterparts again. This heavily came out as a counterpart reading. So, if you do resonate with soulmates, counterpart connections, it looks like both you and your counterpart may be lacking confidence. Both you and your counterpart may be in need of following your logical viewpoint. You both may view each other as being cold and closed off. So, all right. Let's pull some What's the News oracles. Red flagged. Warning signs, take heed, risky situation. Seems like there was a lot of red flags here. So it could have been on your end or their end. It seems like very mirrored energy. Probably both were seeing similar red flags on both each other. Memories. Missing someone, regression, revisiting the past. Heavy confirmation that somebody is very stuck on the past. So that could be, maybe you or them is reminiscing, looking at old pictures. My boo. Official status, exclusive relationship, seeing each other openly. This person may have really wanted a real committed relationship with you, but something from their past was heavily holding them back, or, vice versa. It seems very mirrored here, so I'm going to say it may really be on both of your sides. There may have been strong feelings here. There may still be strong feelings here. But there was a lot of things standing in the way. Puzzled. So we have confused, perplexed, conflicted. All right. Seems like there was a lot of confusion, red flags. Possible harsh ending. Maybe you just need to take a break. Maybe you just need to pull your energies back, take a break from each other. And, that saying of like, if it's meant to be, it'll be, that person may come back at a later date. Things currently just may be too confusing and the timing may just be off. So, keep hope alive if you really saw a future with this person, but make sure that the feelings are reciprocated. It did seem like it was very you know, mirrored on both sides, though. It did feel like it was reciprocal, but there was probably a lot of things just standing in the way. All right, so let's pull Inner Child Oracle. So number 11, we have do what you need to do. It may be difficult, but now is the time. So do what you need to do. If you're feeling like there is, you know, too many barriers, too much going on, you feel like this person's too cold, you're seeing too many red flags, you have to decide what is the right route for you. And I'm nobody's boss, and I'm not a judge of what anyone decides to do. So take what resonates, leave the rest. If this completely doesn't sound like your reading, then it may be somebody else's reading. But I'm choosing a Britney Spears Oracle. So let's see what energy comes out here. Oop. All right, so we have the cusp. This could be somebody on the verge of a breakthrough. Maybe somebody's on the verge of actually revealing their feelings to you, but it does seem like somebody was heavily holding back. It could be somebody that is a cusp sign, or you are, or someone you're dealing with may be still like on the verge of figuring their lives out. So maybe you have like a lot of things that you're still trying to, you know, set up in your life, or so is the person you're dealing with. You know, this is the not a girl, not yet a woman situation with Britney Spears. So this was, you know, you may be figuring yourself out, or the person you're dealing with is still figuring themselves out. Let's pull some zodiac charms and initial charms to give you further confirmation that this may be your story. This can give you sun, moon, or rising signs, or even a time period where there may be some sort of significant shift in your connection. We have Gemini, Cancer, Virgo, Scorpio, the letters H, T, E, S, G, P, and Z. Bye. I hope this helped.